So the Lakers sold completely to Bob Iger and Josh Kushner. Then, no, they didn't, actually, because the Buss family, of which there are 6, from my understanding, although they voted 5-1 in favor of selling the final 17.8% of the Los Angeles Lakers stake that they had, they announced that they sold it. Congratulations to us. We just sold this, and to Bob Iger and Kushner. And Shams Charania was the one that kind of announced that this deal got done, because I think all parties thought that deal got done. Then Jeannie Buss, who was the one in the 5-1, okay, says, oh, that's cute, because you guys aren't even allowed to do that. Like, I'm the only one really that matters here. I am the governor. I am the controlling owner. We have more than 15%, so I can still run the team. That is the reason why we are here. And all your votes are void if I say no. That's what our dad said in the trust whenever he left us the Lakers. Secession in real time, feels like.
Yep.
Joining us now, a man who has been quoted by a lawyer from the Jeannie Buss camp, and also the man who reported the 5-1 vote for the rest of the Busses to decide to sell the rest of the Lakers. Ladies and gentlemen, NBA senior insider for ESPN, Shams Charania.
Yeah, Shams.
Shams, did I get that right in my reporting of the reporting? And if I got any of that wrong, can you please correct me? And good luck out there. It's hot in the streets, obviously, for you, but that's kind of the insider game, I guess. But can you tell us a little bit if I got that right or wrong and where we sit on this beautiful Tuesday?
No, I mean, you stated it all right. And so that's what we know right now. 5 of the 6 Buss siblings voted in favor of selling the remaining 17.8% remaining final shares with the Lakers, along with Mark Walter. So there's a tag-along provision that if Mark Walter ever sold, that they could then, as siblings, as part of their Buss family trust, have the majority votes to then sell along with Mark Walter. Obviously, I don't think anyone saw it coming that Mark Walter, less than 10 months after buying and officially transacting and closing on that sale of $10 billion last year, would then sell and flip for $12.5 billion. But they invoked the tag-along provision, so that's a sell of 17.8% at about $2.27 billion. And so they believe they have the majority votes to do so. 5 of the 6 Buss siblings voted to sell. Jeannie's legal team put out a letter, and her interpretation, her lawyer's interpretation, is that she is the final voice, she's the only voice, and she's clearly willing to bring her lawyers in. I mean, Jeannie Buss was the first female to ever lead a NBA team to a championship. The Buss name, the family, it's meant a lot to the NBA. There's no question. And so the siblings, the other 5 siblings and their lawyers believe that that's not how the trust works. The trust doesn't work that way, that there's only one sole person that ends up deciding, has veto powers, has say-so over everyone else's shares. And so what this is setting up to be is Josh Kushner, Bob Iger are coming in now as the majority owners. And now everyone around the NBA is waiting to see, how does this play out? How does this work? If now Jeannie Buss is making it very clear that she wants to stay as the governor, and how does this result with the siblings? First, it's a battle between them, and how this is shaping up is if the lawyer's coming out with a letter like they did last night, it could result in lawsuits, and the 5 other siblings have not retracted their vote. Their vote stands. And so where does Jeannie Buss and her legal team take this? Does she take this to the court? My understanding is this could end up being a legal battle. And I do have to say that letter included my name in it, and which I found interesting. And I just have to make it very clear. Like, I fully stand by my reporting. What I reported was that there was a majority vote, at least 4 of 6 necessary to be able to close a transfer as far as the tag-along provision. And I had a statement from the Buss Family Trust. The first line of the statement from the lawyer said that I, quote, reported the 6 Buss siblings voted to sell. That key sentence right there is inaccurate. And so I fully stand by my reporting. I've handled every story with care, including stories with the Lakers as that statement continues on. So that's where all of this is at. And so only the siblings, the lawyers involved, have access to what the trust actually says. And so the 5 siblings believe they have the majority votes, that they have the 5-1 majority votes to go along with the tag-along provision. And just think about it. A year ago, Jeannie Buss pushed the sale for $10 billion to Mark Walter. And now, a year later, Mark Walter, who is under 2 federal investigations, has sold, within a multi-day span to Josh Kushner and Bob Iger at $12.5 billion. And so the family trust believes it's now time to cleanly exit and in their words, gracefully exit. But this is now setting up to be a potential legal battle in the courts between one sibling, the controlling governor as of right now, and her 5 siblings.
Yeah, so thank you for breaking it all down on how we got here and what's going on. It is secession in real life. Everybody on the internet was saying that, but it's real. We all watched that happen, and we all started piecing together what family that actually is, and now we're seeing this take place in real time. I hope a good writer decides to do this, not like a bad one.
Sure.
Like when this inevitably becomes some sort of series, I hope somebody who's very talented at writing these does it, as opposed to like not doing it, because this is some spectacular American business, pop culture history happening right in front of our eyes here. Because Jeannie, right, she says that in that trust, it says that she always has controlling interests of the Lakers, right? And she's saying that's what she's kind of saying in this entire thing, right?
Yeah, and the focus of that letter that the lawyer put out was about a 2017 court ruling that she must, over her lifetime, be named the governor of the Lakers. But this battle that's going on right now, to be clear, isn't about whether she's governor or not. It's to sell the remaining ownership shares. It's not about whether she's governor or not. But in her belief, and clearly in her lawyers and her side's interpretation, is that as long as she's the governor, it doesn't matter what anyone else says. It doesn't matter what the other sibling says. It's her vote or not. And it is key to remember, she brought the deal with Mark Walter to the table last summer. And there were, I reported it months ago, and it was reported by other people that there were multiple siblings that did not want to go through with that sale. They believed it was best to wait, that it was not the right time to go through with the sale. But Jeannie Buss at that point, and the Buss family, the siblings, there was not a majority that did not want to go through with it. So they went through with the sale to Mark Walter, and now, they're obviously going to fight this potentially in the courts.
Not potentially. This is going to courts, bro. This one is this one's headed directly to a court, because if you're saying it's the final $2.27 billion, quick math divided by 6, right, siblings, $378 million. Okay, that's another $378 million after what came from the $10 billion sale that already happened there. This one's headed directly to a court, which I don't think is great news for Mr. Walter, right? From our understanding of this entire thing, he would like this to kind of get wrapped up pretty quickly as well, from our understanding of everybody else's reports.
I mean, Mark Walter sold this so fast, and obviously there's a lot of legal aspects to all of this as well. But, Josh Kushner and Bob Iger, they're coming in at about 65%. So if they do get the remaining about 18%, that would put their valuation, their percentage of the team at about 83%. And so, if you're Josh Kushner and Bob Iger, you're buying into this team. Josh Kushner, to my understanding, was set up to be the controlling owner upon entrance of this, with Bob Iger handling a lot of the leadership and the day-to-day operations at the ownership position. And so if that's the case, how are you... and Bob Iger went on the record saying, like, they have a lot of respect for Jeannie Buss and they intend to honor the word of Mark Walter and Jeannie Buss. But if things change, they'll change, to paraphrase. And so how does this family aspect play into that? And then when they buy into the team, if this is still being battled out in the court, how are they handling it? Is Jeannie Buss still the controlling governor at about 17% when they bought in at 65%? And what's interesting here is last Tuesday, a Lakers VP of finance actually called for a meeting to create a new trust to basically lock down and freeze everyone's shares through the next 4 years, which would line up with the remainder of Jeannie Buss's governorship. And the family did not agree to it, to my understanding. They didn't, I think everyone was caught off guard. Like, why is the VP of finance, on a random Tuesday trying to lock in all of the votes or lock in all of the shares of the team to a new trust? Well, then a day later, the sale happens, the sale occurs. So it's unclear who knew what, and to try to freeze the shares a day before the Mark Walter to Josh Kushner, Bob Iger deal happens, it's unclear who knew what when that call was made by the VP of Finance to the.
All right, Shams, we appreciate you, man. Good luck out there, okay? And thank you for all the information. Seems like there's a lot of drama. LeBron is not a member of the Lakers anymore.
No.
He knew it.
This is
Got the hell out of town. They would have been blaming him.
seriously. God, could you fathom how much if he was still on the Lakers right now? Like Luka's like, I just got here, kind of. It's pretty crazy. They bought a team though for $12.5 billion valuation that has no stadium or no arena. It's not theirs, right? Do they have a practice facility that they own?
I wonder. Have to. You would assume, at least.
They got the brand.
Yeah.
They got the brand of the Lakers for $12.5 billion.
Iconic.
Iconic. Right now, you know what's going to be iconic about it? Jeannie Buss ain't giving that shit up.
No way.
No way. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's legitimately what it feels like. 5 siblings, and this has been happening for a while. If you read the thing, there's been some rumblings about how not happy. And we watched the session.
Yeah.
We know how different story, but kind of similar angle. It feels like everybody wanted that, from the dad, but also the business and everything like that. So whenever she gets named governor, automatically it's like yeah, right, dude. So then that whole thing starts taking place. They decide, we actually have power now. We can vote. This is going to take forever to settle.
Yes.
That's basically what happened. And Pat, one key thing to also point out, so when Jeannie Buss struck that deal with Mark Walter, the siblings kind of had to fall in line. They went with it. There was a deal that she would be the governor for the next 5 years through 2030. So there's 4 more years left. Well, you know what happened in the ensuing months after that transaction took place? All of the other 5 siblings were terminated and fired from their role. And now, less than a year later, 5 votes against Jeannie Buss.
Hey, Buss family, good luck out there.
Yeah.
Honestly, this one's
messy.
Yeah, this one's going to be loud. $378,333,333 to each individual sibling would be what 6 piece of the $2.27 billion. That is 17.8% of the $12.5 billion valuation of the Los Angeles Lakers. That's what's up for grab. We appreciate you. Good luck.
And I got to say to all the lawyers, I did not report all 6 siblings. I reported majority. So that's the last thing on that. And also, it's
not the lawyers.
No one ever knows.
Oh, yeah, you're okay. Shams, see you, ladies and gentlemen. Shams, I appreciate
Baby
you.
Shams.
Yeah, he's probably doing it. And I'm not dead, so life is pretty good.
Yeah.
Woke up reading the... Oh, no.
That
That sounds like a lot of legalese right there.
Talking about me?
As I was reading that thing.
Gentle persons.
Gentle persons. Okay, that's a group of people. Who could they be talking about? 6th word, Shams. All right, sweet.
It's high.
This isn't that big of a deal, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 6 word, Shams. Yeah, I literally counted that just to make sure. Like, hey, I just want to let you know that they wanted to get yours in there as soon as possible. Shams said, hey, I'm sticking by it, man. I got my reporting, and they'll go through it all.
Yep.
They will go through it all.
Certainly.
They're going to find out, hey, yeah, don't delete anything. And also, we're going to see it all. So, I can't give up my my sources. They're like, no, yeah, it won't be for public consumption, but we'll definitely go ahead and look around at that entire thing. It's $378 million a person per. I mean, they could give up $100 million in lawyer fees, to figure this entire thing out. I mean,
Wait, Joe Pomp tweeted also that there's a last man standing clause. So if any of the siblings are to pass away, their shares go to the other 5 immediately or whatever. So that's part of it as well. But they do have their own practice facility. They built one in 2017.
Okay, so if you divide 378,33333 by 5 now, right? Because you got to split that up into 5. Okay, that is an extra 75,600,000 per.
Okay.
And not going to the family of the dead sibling.
Oh, jeez Louise.
They're all alive.
I agree.
I'm just saying.
I hope they come together.
Part of it.
Yeah,
a lot of money.
There we go.
A lot of good.
Put our swords down.
Come on, there had to be some good times somewhere. Jeez
Bands.
Louise, man. That got loud,
We're going
dude.
to get the rights to this story.
I hope it's somebody good. I really do. Because if that gets put in the hands of some shite writer, I mean, you can really make this a mockery, because there's a lot of cartoonish shit seemingly about the story. But if we write this thing as a real thriller,
Oh, yeah.
you can really get us trapped in there. Especially with the Lakers. And I need that guy on rollerblades.
Yeah, you're right.
I need that,
Oh, yeah.
Showtime.
Yeah.
I need that guy.
I think Adam McKay did Succession and Showtime, didn't he? So if they give it to him, maybe that might
Feels
help
like
a lot.
hey, we need you to put
Kind of a sweet spot.
Yeah,
put your two
combine
words.
those two.
A in there.
Different spin on it,
We're gonna all need to different spin on what?
on this story. Like, I mean, obviously the real story is awesome, but just out of left, just George R.R. Martin.
Dragons?
Get
Yeah,
some
let him
dragons
write.
in there.
There's a chance.
Game of Thrones twist.
I mean, we don't even know, right?
Red
Oh,
Wedding?
yeah.
House of Bus.
I mean, who knows what's actual here? Who knows? I hope there's no dragons.
Genie, first
Fair.
of her name.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys have gotten into the
I'm
dragon.
open. I'm open-minded.
I know. I heard. What was the new one that they?
House
House of the Dragon,
Very
pretty good.
Very good.
I know you
It's-
love it.
No, Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is the one we've been trying to push on you, though. That's the most like no dragons, just knights stabbing each other and shit.
That was the one I didn't get hooked.
Yeah. Well, it feels like.
Sir Duncan.
I feel like I know
Egg.
where. I feel like you like the dragons.
Yeah.
That's probably
I
why.
mean, yeah. I like dragons.
so do I. Hey, I hear you.